If you take a little time, you will see that your mind is accompanied by various emotions as you go about your daily tasks. Most of the time, these are extreme. For example, we are either energetic, enthusiastic, happy, or joyful, or we are anxious, angry, sad, or disappointed. Adopting a Buddhist way of life can bring contentment to the hustle and bustle of everyday life. Welcome to another video. When you begin to follow the Buddhist way of life, you begin to avoid the extremes in behavior. According to Buddhist advice, extreme behaviors and efforts can increase suffering in life. If you are desperate and try extremely hard, or if you are overjoyed and arrogant when you succeed, both can bring you unhappiness and suffering. This is due to the impermanent nature of life. Things change and we have no control over them most of the time. Buddhism advises that there is nothing that I can call me and mine. And because of the impermanence of life, there is no self. If you understand all these things, it helps you to develop a right view. Buddhism says that we must learn to understand things beyond the information available. Having a clear view of the true nature of life is the result of a developed intelligence and a developed mind. You must begin to observe and see things clearly and understand them as they really are and not as they seem to be or as you want them to be. If you adopt this right view, it will help you develop your wisdom and find peace. Also, our views and attitudes leads to thoughts and actions. So right view leads us to control our thoughts and have right thoughts. Learning to control your thoughts and direct them to guide your actions will help you to better develop your understanding skills. Buddhism teaches you to let go of negative thoughts and embrace positive thoughts. You must direct your thoughts to control the cravings you have and let them go and practice non-attachment. You should also let go of your anger and hatred and cultivate thoughts of selflessness, compassion, and loving kindness. Right thoughts can therefore manifest themselves in three ways: thoughts that resist the desire for more, thoughts of harmlessness, and thoughts of kindness. Right speech is another quality you can develop to find contentment. Your speech is seen as a reflection of your personality. Your words can lead to you being respected by others or not, winning friends or making enemies. By right speech, Buddhism means that you stay away from lies, idle chatter, useless gossip, rude words that could hurt others, and words that spread negative feelings. If we have nothing useful to say, we must remain silent. In other words, try to be a person with warm, friendly language who tells the truth and only speaks when necessary. Buddhism also says that right behavior is important for your contentment. This means that you must behave towards others with dignity, kindness, and respect. To achieve this, Buddhism advises you not to take what belongs to others, not to harm anyone, including yourself, and to behave morally and ethically correctly. Another important piece of advice is that you should take care of the people who are close to you in your daily behavior. You must identify the people to whom your loyalty should be directed and look after their interests. Whenever you see a person in need, you must help them in any way you can. The Buddhist advice is find happiness in giving in every possible way. If you can be there for someone in their hour of need, even if you know that they are unable to give back, your act will bring you satisfaction. You can see happiness in the other person and find peace. Buddhism describes in detail in its precepts called sutras how you should treat people in your life like parents, children, and friends. I will make a video about this later. You need to find a job where you can work with dignity. Your job should have a positive impact on humanity. If you are employed by someone, you need to look after your own interests, those of your employer, and those of humanity in general. If you are self-employed, your livelihood should be legally and ethically sound, and you should provide a decent service for the income you earn. Also, your profession should give you the opportunity to speak, think, and behave properly. Buddhism says that if you don't achieve this balance, you should change your profession because your current one will not bring you contentment. Buddhism believes that you must put your attitude on the right path and develop the desire, need, and effort to live your life according to Buddhist advice. To achieve this, you need to make an effort to analyze yourself and try to get a picture of your attitudes and values. This is not easy and you have to persevere. If you don't make a focused and honest effort, you may be distracted from your effort to find contentment. You need to be careful not to be distracted by all the information that invades our lives these days. The insight you gain through your effort will help you to let go of the negative personality traits you have acquired so far and prevent you from acquiring more negative traits. It will also help you to further develop your positive traits and help you to acquire even more positive traits. Since a desire and craving to acquire more is a prominent trait of human nature, you must make a conscious and persistent effort to let go of craving and the suffering that comes with it. If you make a sincere effort to live your life as Buddhism recommends, you can let go of suffering and find true lasting contentment. To put all this into practice, you need to develop the ability to be mindful and focus on yourself and the present moment. Mindfulness is the ability to direct your awareness so that you perceive things correctly. When we perceive things with our sensory organs, they create a feeling in us. In order for us to perceive something as it is and form a correct idea, we must learn to pay attention to our perceptions. Not only pay attention, but also focus and concentrate on it. In order to do this, we need to be mindful of the present moment. If we try to analyze the perception of the present moments with our thoughts that have nothing to do with the perception, or with our past experiences that are not relevant, or with our assumptions, we might simply categorize it without understanding what it really is. As a result, we make neural connections and mental images that may not be correct. The recurring thought process and the inner chatter that then occur can trigger negative emotions in us. Negative emotions lead to discontent, a poor self-image, and disturb our sense of peace. All of this can happen unconsciously without us being aware of it. When this becomes our way of functioning, we learn to be in constant distress and unhappiness. This is why Buddhism advises us to practice mindfulness and focus on the present moment. This leads to correct perceptions and experiences. This in turn leads to right thoughts, words, and actions. Please subscribe to our channel, share this video, like it and comment. This will help us make more videos. Buddhism advises us to meditate because it helps us to develop our ability to concentrate. When we meditate, we concentrate on one particular thing. This helps us to develop the ability to maintain our concentration on the important things in our daily lives. As we continue to improve this skill, we gain the ability to control our attention, concentration, and focus. This gives us the ability to properly see the present moment as it is. Wisdom makes us realize that things change, that impermanence and change are the true nature of life. It is this insight that we need in order to accept that we must treat this moment as the only thing that matters, and this realization will bring us true contentment. Thank you so much for watching.